somewhat under the influence of hydrocodone.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to talking shit and self-improvement. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers.
Yes,
Jesse
as
Cole.
always. What's up, my man?
I hit record this time.
We're recording. We are recording.
We're rolling.
Yeah. The cameras are working. We're over our little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're doing all right tonight. It's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It took us like a half hour to get things set up last week, but this time, like maybe 4 minutes. Look at us go.
So happy Easter, man.
And happy Easter to you.
Peace. How's it going? What have you been up to?
Well, I slept in pretty much. Kimberly is awesome. Something you should know about Kimberly, she is the queen of Easter. She's done this game with the kids every year we've been together where they go out and they plant jelly beans, and then she stays up late and goes and puts suckers where the jelly beans are planted.
She's milking cows? What is she doing with this? What is it?
She puts the suckers where like they grew jelly beans into in spring. She's all looking at me like I'm giving up the game, like because the kids might be listening.
That's very cool though. That's very cool.
Yeah, Kimberly's awesome. And then she made awesome. She made 2 hams. She made olives stuffed with cream cheese. She made we got them little wine rolls, and I'm not supposed to be in carbs, but I did. And then she made bacon wrapped asparagus, and yeah, it was good, man. It was good. Yeah.
Yes, we went kind of like, low budget. We do usually what we do is we do like a cookout, like a family cookout for Easter. So we don't do it up in the same way that we do like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But like, yeah, we usually go back to where the town we're from, which is like an hour from us. And my wife's family is still there and everything. And we usually get together with them, have a cookout, hang out, do an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Good time.
I'm not even gonna lie. By the time I woke up, the Easter egg hunt it was already over.
Yeah.
I did help stuff the eggs. But other than that, I'm pretty much useless hunk of shit when it comes to helping out with the Easter egg festivities.
Well, I know you're also pretty worn out because you had a little procedure this week. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, man. I got 3 wisdom teeth pulled out Friday morning, dude. Yeah, I had them put me under. That was a trip. I was high as giraffe balls, dude. I had my son drive me up there, and dude, they're just real quick. Like it's weird because they're like, yeah, here in a couple minutes you're just gonna fade out. But like, I just felt like if I took like some kind of hallucinogenics or something, because I was like still there, but like I wasn't feeling nothing, obviously, right? Because they did like local anesthetic as well.
Yeah.
But it was like I seen the tooth, I heard them talking. I was like, everything started moving really fast in my mind. I was like, this is trippy as hell, bro.
So did you actually fall asleep, or were you just like semi-conscious?
I was semi-conscious. Like I think I fell asleep for a second. She's like, "You were out, you were snoring." I was like, "I heard you tell the dude that was a nice pull." And she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." And then anyway, I was talking to the lady, my nurse Shayla. She said she's gonna listen to the podcast. She wrote the name down. She might have been lying, but either way, shout out to Shayla for the lovely bedside manner. And tolerating my antics of highly intoxicated Mr. Jesse. It was silly. It's like one of those videos, where you see the kids like, I don't want to, like.
Yeah.
I was super silly. She's like, they're like trying to like. Usually they like, I guess they wheelchair people to the car, but I was like, what? Like no, like I got this. I'm fine. Like I just walked to my car, like completely fine. I didn't drive, obviously. My son drove me.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to my son. My son's like treating me like a little kid. He's like, "Why don't you just put this ice pack on your cheek and take a little nap, Dad?" I was like, "Don't you patronize me."
What was that like though? How long did it take you? Was you out for the whole day or what?
Um, honestly, like it didn't. It hurt last night a little bit. Like it's different. I'm missing teeth. It hurts like a little bit, but it's not that bad. But they gave me some, a little bit of pain reliever, and I'm taking some ibuprofen and trying not to like just taking care of it. I mean, they pulled some teeth out my face, but it ain't my first rodeo, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
sound
not.
like you're talking just fine and shit. I know a lot of people like all fucked up. You sound fine.
Yeah, they did a good job. Shout out, they did great. Everything went really smooth. As long as I can avoid getting dry socket, I think it'll be fine. Last night I heard I got the ice pack back out, so that was like 36 hours out. It hurt. Been taking a little bit of hydrocodone here and there. I know that's not like a mind altering substance, but fuck that shit. That motherfucker hurts. It's prescribed to me. I gotta justify it. Like, yeah, I had fucking
yeah.
My fucking mouth, dude. So yeah, that's been fun. And yeah, other than that, I did work a lot on I've been telling people, I'm coming out with this clothing line. It has officially dropped now. It is. You can go to uncontrollablesubstance.com. It'll take you to my store online. I got 5-6 different things up right now. I'm continuing to add more. Shop at your leisure. I'll have some Long Lost Brothers merch up soon in the store.
We'll drop the link to your store in the description of the video.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, and this isn't in the store, but I was thinking I might add it. It's kind of dope. This is the shirt that Brett sent me, the Long Lost Brothers, with Jesse Cole and Brett Scott. I appreciate you put my name first, make me feel special.
That's how we do it, man. Yeah, that's when I created the logo. I'm like, I'm gonna put Jesse's name. It rolls better off the tongue, I think, than Brett Scott and Jesse Cole. It sounds a lot better. Jesse Cole and Brett Scott with Jesse Cole. It just sounds better.
Yeah, well, we do our thing. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I've been working hard on that. Probably annoying the hell out of Kimberly by spending a lot of time drawing and doing things. But I'm coming up with some cool designs, man. It's just something I want to focus my energy on for a little bit. I'm learning things on how I can do it better. So that's kind of cool, kind of honing the craft as I go. And just went and got me a scanner, so there'll be a little more detail, a little more skills in the graphics. I'm getting some more computer programs for art and stuff on my computer and playing with that, getting better at that. That's kind of the goal right now, but I got some stuff I'm working on. So anyway, that's going good. That's going swimming.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on launching your enterprise finally, man.
Yeah, I've been talking about it for a minute. So a lot of Friday I was here holding my face and getting art and designing stuff, and then met with my buddy yesterday and we got the drop. We got it going. Me and my buddy Adam. We're rolling, buddy.
Very cool, very cool. What about training, man? How's training going? Anything? I know you just got surgery, so
I was gonna. Oh, they told me not to work out. They said I need to keep my heart rate low so I don't bleed out of my. But I'm like, man, I'm working out tomorrow, bro. Like, I'm getting it to be.
How long did they say? How soon did they say you could work out?
They said see how I feel Monday, and I was gonna go work out tonight, but then I was like. But then I was talking to Adam, and he was like, "No, dude, because if you get dry socket, you're gonna." His wife was actually the one that told me about it. She's like, "No, because it could be a thing that's like heals in 5 days, or it could be a thing that drags out for 3 months if you like fuck with it." So, I guess I will listen to smarter people than me for once.
Yeah, I think I'd skip a workout to avoid fucking 3 months of bullshit.
Yeah, because I mean it's not that bad, but. I don't know. We'll get there. I mean, other than that, I trained pretty much every day last week. I've been hitting the gym, getting my runs in, doing this stuff. I got a new tattoo, so I didn't work out Thursday. I got a tattoo Thursday, and then I got my face ripped apart Friday, and then I've been just kind of chilling and working on artwork and getting this uncontrollable substance website and everything running. And it's cool that I picked the title of the company and then nobody had the domain yet, so that was awesome. Yeah. So purchase that.
That's actually a tough thing to do. I know.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. They're like, GoDaddy was like, you can sell this for $770. I was like, sure, I'm gonna sell this motherfucker right now and rename this business.
Yeah. Shit, man. So did you have any time with all the work you're doing and the pain and stuff to dig into any of the shows that we usually talk about?
How could I not watch The Winter Soldier? We just watched it last night with the missus.
You enjoy that?
Yeah. I'm liking that.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Zemo's a lot better. He's way more He's better in this than he was in The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he's like a different guy, man. He's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
he's being funny and shit.
I thought he's like some dork, like, you know? And then she but he's like he's like a gangster, like.
Yeah, he's super rich. He has his own jet and garage full of classic cars and shit. Now they finally call him Baron Zemo straight from the comics. Like, I love it, dude. Love it.
Yeah. And then I like what's her name? Sharon? I don't know.
Sharon Carter, yeah.
That's kind of I don't know, man. Like, it's cool, but I don't like how they're trying to make her all like rough and rugged. Like, she's like all like, I know she's like a CIA agent before, or SHIELD agent, but like how they're trying to make her like all like, they're trying to like make her go the same route like what's his name did, like Hawkeye did, like where he turns all rogue and stuff, you know, Ronin.
Yeah, almost like, you know what, they also made her like this super badass. Like all of a sudden she's Black Widow. Like, it fucking that's a little much. Like, I get it. Like, last time we saw her, she was like in training to become an FBI agent, and like now, I guess it has been, you know what, it has been 5 years because of the blip, and like she was left behind. So a lot of shit happens, but she was on the run from the government because she helped out Cap and Falcon back when they were fighting over the Sokovia Accords. And then, so she became a fugitive and went off to Madripoor, which, by the way, fucking Madripoor is straight out the goddamn comics, man. That, like, Wolverine used to always be in Madripoor, dude.
Madripoor seems like a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
Dude, Bucky, he's coming back on his Winter Soldier shit. I liked him. Yeah. I liked him in this episode. He was getting a little more gangster.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wakandans are coming for fucking for old Zemo.
Yeah, shit's heating up, man. It's gonna be fun. A lot of shit's coming together at once. Like, all these different things are happening. It's about. I
think you're right about the flag smashers too.
Yeah. I think they're gonna turn out to be at least kind of neutral. Like, I think they'll end up working with, like, because they're still fucked up. Like, they still kill some innocent people and shit.
Yeah, blew up, like that one gal that blew up all them people.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fucked up. She didn't need to do all that.
Yeah. Like, you can kind of sympathize with their cause, you know what I mean? Like, after spending 5 years and the world was actually kind of getting better. And this is why earlier on the podcast I did over on the Marvel Plus podcast, I said to my guest, like, he described all this shit. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, you know, with the flag smashers, like, he's like, their cause it's because, you know, life was better for those 5 years for a lot of people. And then all of a sudden everyone like snaps back. And now this government agency comes in. It's like, oh, well, you belong here. You belong there. We're going to put you in a refugee camp. Like, and I'm like, dude, you ever just start to think about, like, maybe Thanos was right the whole time?
Well,
like,
that's what I was saying. I was like, they're dialed in with, like, they're like, yeah, there was enough shit now because we overpopulated the whole fucking universe, you know? So, I mean, you know, I get it. I'm not mad at them. But, you know.
Well, killing people, can't let that slide. You know?
Yeah, that ain't part of the game. I mean, it is, but okay. So I know you watched it. I saw you did a review, but it had spoilers, so I didn't watch it.
What up?
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. Did you see it now or what?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Okay. Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
I liked it, man. It was just straight up fucking action. It was a popcorn flick. It was Godzilla versus Kong, bro. I mean, it's what you expect.
It's the best Godzilla or King Kong movie ever made.
Yeah, I thought it was good, man. Like, I had no problems. I heard like some people online acting like it was some sort of social justice movie, and I'm like, how do you even
What?
see that? Yeah, I'm like, I don't even see that at all.
No,
You know what
it
I
was a
mean?
monster movie.
Like,
It was exactly
apparently,
what you wanted. Big
yeah.
fights, special effects.
Hmm.
Mecha Godzilla with
Ah, that was badass.
yeah, and then this Kong and Zilla squashed the beef at the end.
Hmm.
Kong went and got that fucking nuclear fucking axe. That shit was
Yeah,
badass, bro.
it was, dude.
I
It
was
was a really cool movie, and the fact that I got to take my son to it, and he's not even really hip to Godzilla and King Kong, not really.
oh, you went
Uh,
to the theater side? Yeah, that'd have been good. That'd have been a good theater movie to see. I
yeah,
watched I watched it on Max, but
my son had a gift card to the movie theater that he got for his birthday like long ass time ago. So I was like, let's
nice.
go use that gift card, man. He's like, okay. And so I was like, you cool with seeing Godzilla versus Kong? He's like, yeah, let's see that. And so we went and saw it, man, and he really enjoyed it. Like it wasn't one like at the end where I'm like, did you like it? And he's like, yeah. It wasn't like that. It was like, yeah, that was good. I like this and I like that. And I was like, what was your favorite part? He's like, probably like the Mecha Godzilla. I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite part too, man. That was badass.
Yeah, so okay, you know what other movie is good in this way? It's Pacific Rim,
Hmm.
where it's just like there's no bullshit, there's no extra fucking little
Yeah.
love scene shit. It's like, nah, the monsters are gonna come, they're gonna fight. There's gonna be some little bit of people stuff, but then they're gonna figure it out how to make the monsters fight. Then they're gonna build a robot to fight the monsters. Like, it's a monster movie. All you need is the monsters and like 3 fight scenes. You need a fight scene about every half hour if you're gonna make a monster movie.
Yeah.
I think that's a good ratio.
Yeah,
Then,
I think back in the day they didn't used to do that. You know what I mean? It'd be like this long movie and there'd be like the fight at the end. But like,
like, remember that King Kong movie that was like 4 hours long with Jack Black?
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that was
Fucking,
the first one.
it was
And then
terrible.
that
Terrible.
was this King Kong though. There was that movie and then there was a Kong Skull Island
Didn't even watch
and
it.
then neither did I. And then there was Godzilla, which I didn't watch either.
Yep.
And
Couldn't
now
do it.
there is this. And I'm like, all right, we'll check it out. We'll check it out.
Well, I just like, all right, man. King Kong versus
What do you
Godzilla.
what do you think about them using like the Hollow Earth theory in the movie?
Okay, that movie is 100% a suspension of disbelief. So I
Yeah.
was like, I was cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way. I'm like, hey man, at least it's unique. I've never seen that in a movie before. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Not where that's like a main plot line, like, oh, we got to go down to the Hollow Earth. I bet a lot of Hollow Earth motherfuckers were like, yes, it's the Hollow Earth.
right,
You know?
right. I know. I was kind of bummed out that Kong didn't find the rest of his King Kong family, though.
Yeah, I kind of thought he would, or at least something like maybe he would find like the skeleton of some. I don't know, but
I
it
think
was
he
kind of
found like where they were, and they put the axe with the other axes, and he's like, okay. But
mm,
he's happy at the end. They didn't really say what happened with Godzilla. What does Godzilla do? Is he just go back into being the like swimming around the ocean,
yeah. I think he just went back into the sea.
just back to being a nuclear
Mm,
monster? Whatever.
yeah.
He's like the
Well,
defender though, but then like he gets mad and will smash the whole city just because there's a monkey there or whatever.
yeah, a lot of destruction there. Like I was telling my son, like I'm like, because a kid might not think about this, but I'm like, just imagine. I was like, look at all those buildings. They're just straight up destroying and shit. I was like, I didn't say in shit, but I
Yeah,
was like, just imagine how many people are getting hurt or killed here. Like
I
this
was
is
thinking about that.
crazy,
When
crazy
Kong
of
ripped that
fatality.
top off that building, and it was like
Hmm.
a circle, and
Hmm.
like he's using that to block the like radioactive blast from Godzilla. I was thinking, man, that could be like the top of the Space Needle where they do like there's a restaurant up there that
Hmm.
spins while they eat. What if it's
Yeah,
like something like that? And there's just people in there,
yeah,
or
I
like
know.
well, Kong's kind of a gangster too when he looks into that little jet plane. He sees that girl what he don't like. He's like,
Squeeze it.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's enough of that.
yeah,
I was like, wow, Kong, how dare you,
yeah. I
sir?
mean, for what it was, I thought it was great. Like, and I don't. I like. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people will say that the superhero movies are in the same kind of like group as these big spectacle like monster movies and shit like that, or like Fast and the Furious. Like I don't really think that these are all in the same category. Like a lot of people will be like I don't think of I think of the Avengers films and the MCU films as having a lot of character story and shit like that that
Yeah,
people that outside of it don't recognize, but it's deep in character. Like the reason
yeah.
people like it so much is because of they care about the people in it, like the characters in it. Godzilla versus Kong is one of those. It's like what was that movie with The Rock a few months ago that we were talking about like last year?
Rampage.
Yeah, there was Rampage, and then he was in another one. It was about a giant earthquake. Like
Yeah,
those are those big, crazy monster type movies. You know, that
yeah.
is what that is. I don't put in the same category as superhero films, but
No, it's like
uh,
they're all movies where you had to suspend disbelief. I don't think
mhm.
Fast and Furious is on that same level though. I think Fast and Furious has just grown silly. I hate.
It is, man. I'm not gonna
I
lie though. I
checked.
watch them. I don't go to the theater and pay money
I
to watch them,
checked out
but I
after
enjoy
about
watching.
number 4.
Hmm.
And they're on like Fast and the Furious 27, Shaw and Hobbs, and
Yeah,
I'm just like
pretty.
I'm good, bro. I
It's pretty
I
crazy.
I'm cool. I was cool after after Ludacris. I was like I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hater. I like if it's on, and I think I've probably seen them here and there, like when we stay in motels and it's on, we'll watch them or whatever. But like,
Mm.
not going out my way. Not like, oh, look what they recently had to HBO Max. Oh yeah, let's watch it. Like, no,
Yeah.
not never purposely put that on to watch.
Right.
Tokyo Drift was pretty dope, but like, yeah.
They're actually supposed to be bringing that into the next movie. Like finally
But
incorporating it into the rest of the movies where before they were treating Tokyo Drift like it was like never happened almost, you know,
yeah,
because it have the stars in it and shit. But I guess the next movie is gonna have that dude in it from Tokyo Drift. So
that I hate to say this, and I don't mean to sound rude, but I do not care at all.
I don't care. If you don't like that movie, I don't care though.
Don't watch it. Not unless my
What,
son's like, "Will you watch this with me?" Like,
yeah,
if one of my kids were like, "Dad, will you watch this with me?" Okay, we'll watch it. But other than that, nah, not going out my way. There's an
yeah, dude.
hour and a half of my life that I could spend doing something way more beneficial.
Mhm.
Even if it's just something like, then I watch some pretty garbagey shows. I'm watching Designated Survivor right now, and I'm like, it's one like Designated Survivor is one of those shows where it's like the first season was so good they made a second one, but it's just like it's like imagine like if like the world was just like fucking falling to shit and you're like the like least qualified dude just trying to figure out your job on the fly, but it's just like it's
Mhm.
like every bad thing that could happen is happening and he's just like taking it on stride and is saving his political career with these little fucking crap lousy speeches. It's like, all right, I'm about to check out of this show. Damn it. It's like I liked it so much, but now I'm on like halfway through the second season. And I'm just like, okay, this is enough. And I
Yeah.
love Kiefer Sutherland too.
You know what me and my wife like to watch is now like she hates comic book films, right? So she can't get
What?
into those with me at
Okay.
all. Yeah, not at all, and not even a little bit. I finally one night I begged her to watch one of the films with me, and so and she said okay, like finally, and I put on Captain America: The First Avenger because I figured it's a
Yeah.
good place to start.
Yeah, it's good.
Um, and it's technically like the first story in the MCU because it's in the 40s, and it's about World War II and shit, and she likes that era and stuff. So I'm like, all right, we'll do this. We'll try to ease her into it, and then maybe she'll start to appreciate it a little bit. No, like 30 minutes in, she's looking at her phone and shit. She's not into it at all. It does not hold her interest. She's like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. But what we do like to watch together. She doesn't watch my shit, but I'll watch her shit with it. I watch first of all, we watch all those ridiculous MTV like reality shows, right? We watch like Teen Mom. We watch like
Ugh.
God, we're still watching Jersey fucking Shore like 10 years later. But
I
like
can do a little
uh,
Jersey Shore sometimes.
but then my wife is really into like 90 Day Fiance and shit like that.
Yeah.
that's actually a pretty funny and like interesting
Yeah,
show.
I've heard it's
Like,
all right.
yeah, but the thing that we actually both really enjoy is if you go on Discovery or like Investigation Discovery and you watch any of those like true crime like murder
Yeah.
stories, and now because of that we went and got Discovery Plus, and it's got all the shit, like all the back catalogs of all the
Oh,
shows, and
really?
like yeah, so we're like just there's so many shows, man. But our favorite things to watch, kind of ironically, I guess, is we like to watch stories about husbands and wives who murder each other. Like that's our favorite.
Snaps.
That's our favorite thing to watch.
Yeah, I was watching one on fucking on Discovery in the hotel before we left. There's some fucking lawyer that had his wife murdered, and it's all this shit. I was like, this guy's a fucking scumbag, dude.
Yeah,
It's like, just get a divorce and move on with your life, you fucking hunk of shit. Like,
yeah.
God.
It's fun, but I think the funnest part for us is we always watch the ones that have those like dramatic reenactments of the people's
Yeah, yeah,
lives and
yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta have that.
terrible acting and shit. It's like really horrible. And it like they'll show like this happy couple, right? And they're like attractive young people. Then they show the real people every once in a
Yeah,
while. And you're like, the fuck? That don't look like that dude at all.
right.
Like what? That's like a giant fat bald dude. That's not a skinny
Yeah,
man with thick luscious hair and a beard. Like it's totally different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, I know, like, I'm just visual, as you're saying that, I'm visualizing that show that I watched. I'm like, that's exactly it. They show, like, the mug shots at the end. It's like, that's not even the same dude. It's
That's
like,
funny.
yeah, this dude totally makes sense. This dude looks like a guy that would pay somebody to murder his wife. Like,
Right. Right. I feel lied to. I feel cheated here. Yeah.
man, so I was thinking, man, about our marathon, the Long Lost Brothers marathon that we're gonna do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to find a way to make this raise money for a good cause.
Mm-hmm. Well, I run this it kind of in memory of my cousin every year.
Yeah.
And so um and he died 2 years ago as a result of suicide, and you would say probably suffered from PTSD. So if I were to pick some, it'd probably be in that category, like helping veterans or people suffering from PTSD, something
Okay.
like that.
Why don't we look into a charity and we'll
Hmm.
try and get our listeners and fellowship to make donations, and 100% of it'll be super transparent. We'll donate that money to a cause of that ilk, like Suicide Prevention Hotline or a Veterans Association or something. Let's do something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah, that sounds
think,
like a good idea. Because I always imagined, eventually, you know, the ultimate goal would be to grow this thing into a legitimate marathon that people
right,
participate in, and then the proceeds from that would go to, obviously, it would go to like the stuff that the competitors would get, their little grab bag or whatever with their medal or their fucking
yeah,
shirts or whatever that says like Memorial Marathon. But then, everything on top of that, on top of the money that it took to put the marathon together,
right.
uh, would go to a charitable cause. Like that's what I imagined in my head. I was like, I was like, it doesn't have to. I'm fine with running it by myself every single year.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of it. You know what I mean? But if I could grow it into something that could actually help, that would be like the ultimate, like thing that I could do with it.
Well, we'll talk through the week, and next week we'll set up a way that our listenership can donate to the cause, and we'll make sure it gets to the right hands, and we'll be pretty transparent about that.
Yeah,
Because
sounds like a good idea.
I think that's important. To do altruistic acts for just the sake of being altruistic. We're
Hmm.
gonna run this thing either way, but if we can, help somebody somebody that's suffering on the way through that, I think that's the way that we should do this. So I think it's
Yeah.
better. I think it's good doing it in general, but it's better doing it with purpose, because then it not only makes us holds us more accountable, it kind of puts it more passion in our heart as we do it.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
spreads awareness for PTSD veterans and suicide awareness, and that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. We'll
That's
go ahead
something
and do it now, because
about.
I was always imagining it as being something like in the future that would happen if this thing grew to be something, but it doesn't really have to wait. I mean, every donation counts, every bit of money
Yeah,
helps. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
only if a couple people were like, you know what, I care about this, or like,
You
hey man,
know,
I like listening to this podcast. I like that these guys are doing this. Like, I'll donate. You know what I mean? Like, that's
yeah. I mean,
if
if
we
that's the
can do
12,
that, why not?
if that's 16 hour dollars or whatever, pay the guys hourly wage. It's a crisis phone line. They talk to a guy and then talk to him off a ledge, then it's worth it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and I don't mean a
yes.
literal ledge, but if that's help somebody in crisis, help pay a wage or a crisis worker or whatever,
Okay.
that's
Side note, and I can't help but do this. I have to say this. Um, don't take this. Don't associate this with suicide prevention, people. Okay, but
yeah.
um, did you know that Ted Bundy worked at a suicide hotline?
I did know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Anyway, guys, Ted Bundy no longer works at the suicide hotline, so you don't have to worry about that. Um, but yeah, I think it's a good idea to do something if we have any kind of reach whatsoever, even if it's 10 people, it's like, it's something. And I don't know why, like in my head, I always imagine it has to be more, it has to be bigger, but it really doesn't. It really
Well,
doesn't. Like
you know,
every bit helps.
yeah. Well, you meet it where it's at.
Mhm.
That's kind of something I've learned in the last couple of years. So yeah,
That shirt looks good on you, man. I just keep seeing that long lost brother shirt.
that
It's nice. I'm gonna
LLB.
make it nice in the thumbnail. When I put the video out, it's gonna be Jesse Cole with the long lost brother shirt on.
I've gotten a little tubby. I've been putting on weight, man.
It happens.
Yeah, I know.
It'll go away when you start putting them long miles in.
I hope. Goddamn.
It will. It will. Speaking of, yeah, my training is already like in this long mile shit.
I know.
And this weekend was rough on me because I had, as most people probably know, I have my fingers in a million baskets at the same time. Like I'm always working on shit, whether it be this podcast or my Marvel Plus podcast or my solo podcast that I do daily. And then I'm hitting these runs every day. I'm doing that. And I'm a dad and I'm a
Yeah,
husband. I got those kind of
yeah.
responsibilities as
In
well.
an actual fucking job.
And an actual fucking job, as you can see. Yeah. So this week was pretty crazy because I knew I had a 14 miler. And I record my Marvel Plus podcast every Sunday. But since this Sunday was Easter, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna make my guest record on a Sunday and on Easter morning, like you know what I mean. So I was like, I gave him the option, like, hey man, you want to record like on Saturday or a Sunday night maybe? And he was
Okay.
like, well, let's go ahead and do Saturday. And not only Saturday, we agreed to do on Saturday morning. So it was like, it was crazy. So I worked Friday night, or I'm sorry, I knew normally my long runs are on Saturday, and I work during the day on Saturday. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. The only way I can do it is if I fit my long run in the morning, and I just don't think I have it in me to do it at 3 a.m. and then So
Yeah.
fuck, man. I went out Friday and just knocked out my 14-mile long run, and it kicked my fucking ass. And
Yeah.
then went to work that night and worked till like 3 a.m. and then got up with my daughter at 7:30 a.m. So like no sleep after running it, and then recorded that podcast, edited that podcast, went to work again, put the podcast out, finished work, came home. It was a crunch, dude. It was so much shit packed in it. But like when you do shit like that, when you just really grind it out for like a 24-hour, 48-hour period,
Yeah.
and it's just like murder, but then you get through it. It's just like anything else that you like fucking conquer, man. Like it feels so good. Like I was exhausted at the end of it, but it was like that victory exhaustion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was
I
I was
remember.
watching something the other day. I was like a TED talk,
Mm.
and they talk about the fact that did you know you know how when people win a race or win a competition or like win at the Olympics or whatever, they always like raise their hands in the air, right?
Yeah.
Like that's an automatic response, like the first thing they do. Did you know that's like deep in our DNA that even people who have never seen that done before, they've seen blind people who have been blind their entire lives, never witnessed anyone doing that. When they win at something or overcome something, they do that. Fucking yeah. They
That's awesome.
throw their hands in the air. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
That's
Just an
good.
interesting side note. Yeah, it is cool. It's an automatic like human response to victory.
It's pretty dope,
Pretty cool.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I got a new job.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, it's basically the same job, but I'm working for a county. I'm doing, supportive housing, and yeah, dude, that's huge. It's the same thing, but it's for the county, so it's not as much of the pay for performance programs, which are great and they're awesome because they help people that otherwise wouldn't be able to get case management and help, utilizing resources. But I'll be able to work more directly in the housing programs with individuals that have been pre-qualified or predetermined to need long-term supportive housing. So that's cool, man. I'm really looking forward to that, and starting with a new team, and I know the people that work there, some of them. And when I got that call, I was really excited. One of my references actually had called me. She's a prosecutor out here in Grace Harbor, and she's like, "Yeah, I just talked to the county just called me, and they're asking about your references, and they're saying that they're just kind of dotting the I's, crossing the T's on getting you hired." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Then about 40 minutes later, got the call. And dude,
Awesome.
I was happy as a pig in manure. So that's gonna be huge. Looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
for a while you've been talking about looking for a different job than the place you were at. So I'm guessing I
Yeah,
don't know all the details behind that, but I'm sure it was kind of like a relief to be like, yes.
yeah. There's just been some. I don't want to bad talk anybody, but there's been some things going on they've been a little uncomfortable for me and my significant other who also works in that same place.
Mm.
So
And nothing about the company necessarily per se,
it's
right? Just
more interpersonal stuff, like
yeah, yeah.
have fallout with somebody close to me, and and I work with them as well, and just got
Yeah, that's
office
rough.
politics, and I'm not part of the cool kids club anymore, and
So curious though, now what's the difference between that place and this place in terms of like, was that a private organization and yours
okay,
is now
so
county?
this is a different county. So the county has the grants for subsidized housing, right? These various programs like um, there's a consolidated homeless grant. They have X amount of dollars, and they're gonna hire our agency to contract case management and do the coordinated entry where they determine who needs the money and they put the people in the housing programs and we help them get to stability, right? And I mean, the people that I work for right now, they are off the hook. They've won business of the year Grace Harbor. They do a lot of good in this community. I'm not trying to bash them in any way, shape, or form, but
Yeah, yeah.
but it's become a little overwhelming because it's like a Medicaid transformation going on right now, and a lot of that has to do with Medicaid insurance paying for case management, and there's a lot of pilot programs, and we're kind of the big dogs at taking on all this stuff, so it's just become a little overwhelming, and so I've decided to go with another route where I can kind of just take a little more time with the people and help them in ways that I feel is better. And and I could be wrong, but just hopefully everything works out. But also, for the county as opposed to a private company, so benefits are better, and I'll be able to, you know, my kids will be taken care of better, and I'll have just I'll have better benefits, way better
Mhm.
benefits, and it's not as much of a It's not the private sector, it's for the county. So
Yeah.
that's and who would have thought that a felonious drug dealer 6 years ago would be working for a county 6 years later, doing things to benefit the community, which is that's my aspiration with this kind of work.
Pretty
Is
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm feeling real blessed, and they got some other plans for me too that they were talking about, but they said they'll talk about that during the onboarding process. So that's gonna be cool, man.
Moving and shaking, man. Doing
Doing
all
some
kinds of
things.
shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get this clothing brand going too, man. And I'm like, well, the way I'm doing it right now is cool, and I think that's gonna be the primary way. But I've been thinking about getting some like a cricket and stuff like that too. Just kind of doing some of my own little things here and there. Just so I can be like more creative in the way that I attach, design to the fabric. Like I want to do stuff with like the sleeves dialed in and stuff like that too.
Yeah. It cuts out the middleman too. So,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
certain projects, you wanted something that was like fully yours, like you wanted to put out a shirt that was fully like your creation. You
yeah,
chose the material, you chose like,
right,
yeah, that's
right.
cool.
So I'm looking into some things, but right now I'm just gonna get good at design and keep doing that and really hone my craft, and then I'll look into some other things. But I want to work on that. I want to work on podcasting, and I want to get out there with this new job. My significant other also started a new job at the same place doing employment services, which is really cool, and she's things are shaking, things are moving around, but for the best,
That's
So
awesome.
life's good,
Yeah,
man. If I could just lose 20 pounds and get my abs back, I'll be right as rain, brother.
it'll happen. It'll come.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
think in no time at all, especially if you start like I said, putting the miles in. I think
Yeah, I
right
need to
there.
get that. I need to get my ab wheel back out. That sucker, I forgot how effective that is in making your abs pop.
Dude, you know what I found out about that too is man, if I do a little bit of that before I run, it really helps. Like it helps to like engage, like take pressure off the lower back and really kind of engage the core when you're
Yep.
running. And
Yep.
like also the day after my long run, I just did a little bit to stretch out. Like that helps you stretch out your abdominals so much just to go
Yeah.
down slowly. Dude, I love
Yeah.
that ab wheel. I love
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't have ever got it if it wasn't for the Long Lost Brothers Challenge, man. I can't wait till this marathon is over and we can bring back the weekly
I was
challenges.
thinking
That's a lot of
about
fun.
that because I was thinking about last year. I see videos from last year. I was like, damn, I looked good. I was shredded, and
Yeah, he's doing the
and I'm
challenges
like,
then too.
the challenges, all the running, and then my diet. I was like insane with it. Like, like when I fast like 36 hours, and then I ran 6 miles.
Hmm.
Like, just like that does not even sound appealing right now. But maybe
Yeah,
that's what it takes. Takes that little spark of insanity, right?
yeah. It felt good though. I remember it was kind of exhausting, like doing all the running and throwing in all these, you know,
Yeah, bro.
uh, challenges and shit. But we did it and recording the podcast every week.
Yeah, yeah. Last year was fire. We need to get back on that. It's
Mhm.
coming though. It's April. It's time to
Yeah,
get moving.
it's coming quick, man. I got the rest of this month is like I got 2 15s and a 16-mile run. Like I'm
Whoa.
like, phew, it's gonna be rough. But yeah, this is like the part that I think is probably the hardest is like that build up to the top. Like when you're not in the 6 to 9 mile long runs anymore, but you're like building up past 10 up to 20. I
Yeah.
feel like these are gonna be the hardest. I don't even think by the time I get to 20, I don't think 20 will be that crazy because I'll have just run 16,
18. Yeah.
17, 18. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're like, it's just 2 miles more. Like, once you get up there, unless you got some kind of
Yeah.
injury, that's the only time when it's like,
Hmm.
or sometimes in the long runs, like, you catch a cramp, like, at like 15, you catch a cramp and you still have like 5 to go. You're like, oh, this sucks, man. Like, you gotta kind of like
Yeah.
slow your roll for a minute and kind of like, stop and just like grab your leg and like open it up. Like, yeah, man. I remember on my marathon, I hit mile 16. I thought I wasn't gonna make it for a minute. It stopped because my son had brought me a Red Bull. I just pounded that sucker and like add drink. I told him bring me a cold, full sugar, 12-ounce Red Bull, dude. And he brought it. I just annihilated that thing because I was so thirsty. And then it was like started running. And I was like, man, my leg ain't really working. But got going. I guess you're supposed to like eat mustard or something. That's what my brother-in-law was saying.
I don't know.
Something about cramps makes cramps go away, but whatever. Probably proper hydration, nutrition as well.
Stay hydrated. Yeah, stay hydrated. Man,
I got my running belt set up now. I got me a champion fanny pack, okay? Then I bought a tactical water bottle holder with a full size Nike water bottle. So I'm dialed in for them long treks.
Yeah, I got one of them like with the double water bottles on it. The little 10-ounce ones.
Yeah, but those are too little, man.
They are, but you know what I realized? Like the worst part of it was for me is when you have both of those full and you're running, like it's extra weight. Like it doesn't seem like it would be that much extra weight, but I mean it's an extra pound or two that weight and whatever you have in there.
Yeah.
That whatever you have in there. And like it was rough when I ran my marathon last year and wore that. I was like, it'd be so much better if I wasn't wearing this thing. But I just ran 14 the other day. What I did is, and I think I'll probably do for our marathon when we run it, is I know the course, right, that we're running. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna strategically place fucking hydration along the way. Yeah. Like every 3 miles or something, there'll be like a 16-ounce bottle of fucking water with like sodium and magnesium and potassium mixed in it.
You live like somewhere nice. I feel like if I did that here, like all my bottles would just get jacked.
Yeah, I live somewhere pretty nice. It's pretty nice, and it's a bike trail, and so it's people who like to be outdoors and like they don't want to fuck with people. They're out there to enjoy like the weather. Yeah. They ride bikes or they run. It's like, and it's a heavily populated, bike trail. Yeah. And it runs through like all the city parks and stuff like that. Oh, it's really cool. And just people are considerate, just good people. Like, most of them are into fitness and into, you know what I mean? Like, so, or nature.
Yeah.
And most of the people you meet that are like that aren't going to steal your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. On trails and stuff like that, it is kind of like that for the most part. Like I lost my wallet and like, I didn't even know I lost it. And then like a cop like brought my wallet to me and was like, yeah, somebody dropped this off at the police station. I was like,
yeah. It's paved. It's a bike trail, but it definitely, and it goes right through the heart of Columbus. So it's kind of crazy. It's like in the city, but not so bad. Like there's trees everywhere. There's a river running next to you. Like,
yeah, I'm excited, man.
And it's also very flat, man. The whole 14 miles, you're going to love this. The whole 14 miles that I ran the other day had a total of 90 feet elevation gain and loss. Oh, 90 feet. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's one of the flattest places you can run, dude. Like,
oh, that's crazy because like my runs usually start with like that bridge, like I run a half mile, then I run over this huge bridge, and it's like, yeah, I haven't been doing that as much. We've been hitting more trails because like traffic is just dangerous.
It's a good idea, man. Especially in long runs, because it's easier on your joints and shit.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Like, I've seen that as a tip. Like, try to do different shit, not just run on pavement. Like, run on trails, run on grass, run on dirt.
Yeah, for sure. I like running on pavement the most because it's the smoothest and it's like not sidewalk as much because it's really hard. It's like concrete, but like asphalt. That's the best.
I also feel like you can go faster on pavement. You know what I mean? Like even when I step over into the grass and run there for a little bit, because I'll do that sometimes if my feet are like killing me and my ankle. Yeah. I'll step over and just run beside the path. And although it feels a lot better, I'm slowing down quite a bit. It's crazy. Like I don't know why. It doesn't feel like I should be, but yeah, it slows me down a little bit.
That's funny. Anything over 10 miles, I wear 2 pairs of socks.
You know what, I did that last year, um, and it worked pretty well for me. So I don't know why I haven't done it yet this year, but I might end up back there with that because
Man, yeah, you get you like I wear like my little like office socks, and then I wear athletic socks over the top of them, so there's like no friction, so your feet don't get all shaped up.
yeah, I was just wearing two pair. Like I was wearing a thinner pair of like ankle socks, and then I would put like my thicker pair of like kind of like athletic socks on
Yeah,
over them. And yeah, it definitely kept me from getting blisters and shit like that.
yeah, man, because having like Fight Club when he's like gives you a reason to trim your nails, and like it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like I trim my nails, I got this deal here. It's like for your foot, just like sand it, so your
Yeah.
feet, keep your calluses like minimal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, man. Trimming the nails is like fucking huge. Like one time I had a fucked up like one long nail on my foot,
Yeah,
one long, the rest were fine. One was long. And that one was that like, I guess during this run I was on was stabbing the side of the toe
yeah,
next to it. And I
yeah.
got done with a deep gash in my fucking toe
Damn.
from a toenail. Like Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Bleeding. Fucking foot bleeding. Fucking toenail. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy what can happen over, because I mean, it's the same repetitive movement for a couple hours, man. You get
Mhm.
on that marathon, that's 4.5 hours, 5 hours maybe, I'm hoping that we can get it under 4.5 this year. I think we can.
Yeah. That's my goal. Like all my the way I've scheduled my runs, um it's planning for a 4.5. So which is actually not that bad. I was thinking it was gonna be like keeping me at a 10-minute per mile pace. No, it's actually a little slower than that, and you can still hit 4.5. Like I think it's around 11, just over 11. So I
Okay.
mean, if all goes right, you could run a pretty good pace the whole time, even if you had to stop and take a random fucking saltwater shit in the middle of the
Yeah.
run. You
I
could
don't
still
see
probably hit
that,
the
but
time.
yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Take me.
You ever had that? You ever been in the middle of a long run and have to take a shit?
Yeah, so we're
Like, oh yeah, I had this literally just happened. The 14-mile run. Like I got 9 miles in, and
uh,
luckily there was one of those like porta johns. Like I
oh
set up,
man.
yeah. So, but
Oh
it,
man. Then you
it
had
sucks
mud
because
butt
you're like
after
you're
that.
trying to, yeah, you're trying to hit a certain time for one, and then only people who drink a lot of like salt water would know this, but it kind of gives you like like the mushy poop. You know what I mean? Like the type of poop that's like you wipe it, but you got to keep wiping it over and over again. It just stays like there's still poop on the toilet paper every time. 16 wipes and it's still brown.
Right?
I
God damn. How do blind people know when they're done wiping?
don't know, man. I guess they got to get a bidet.
Bidets, man. Bidets are the shit though.
I
I
know.
like that's like life goals.
I know.
My sister
That's the
used to have this beach house that we would go. They had a heated seat bidet, and yeah, bro, it was awesome. Wash your little
we've got
butt.
a we've got one of those kind you just attach
Yeah,
and you can set it up, I think, for like warm water, but we're just like fuck it.
yeah.
So it's just freezing cold water shooting on
And
your butt.
you're the ice shower man, so yeah.
Yeah, true.
Some
I
of that
haven't. I need to get back on those, especially with my long
makes your
runs
butt
for
that
recovery.
makes your butt tighter, tightens up them
It
pores.
does.
So
It
if you're trying
does.
to get some anal sex,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd see you're using your head.
But seriously, I like it. Like it feels so much cleaner. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
if you have one of those horrible fucking times where you just can't wipe enough, that thing will
yeah.
clean it right up. Clean it
I
right
hate
up,
that,
man.
man.
Oh,
I hate when you're at work and you have one of those because you're like, man, I'm fucking doo doo butt all day. This is bullshit.
yep.
Fucking
I'll deal
what
with
I
it.
do. What I do, I look around, make sure there's nobody in there. I get like hella toilet paper on my hand,
Get
and
it
I
wet.
like run over the sink and get it wet, and then like
Yeah.
wash my ass, right?
Yep.
Like real quick, like just because I don't want to have like fucking, I'm almost 40. I can't be walking around with shit stains. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or an itchy butthole. Fuck all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like, man,
Yeah, man.
they should
I
have
don't know
like,
how I've done that several times, dude. Like get the big wad of toilet paper and just get it wet.
yep.
That's the poor man's bidet.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna handle shit stains today, but hey.
No shit stains bidet.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, brother. Since we're just
Do
talking
it.
about wiping our ass methods.
Let's do
Um,
it.
all right, hey, it was good hang. We'll get back next week. We're gonna recap about how we're gonna try to generate some money for PTSD veterans or suicide prevention, and then go to my shit and buy a fucking hoodie, man, or a
Yeah.
t-shirt, man. They're cool.
Uncontrollable substance.
.com, yes, or
There
even
it
go
is.
look at uncontrollable substance underscore merch. That's the Facebook page. The link is in the bio. The link is in the code with a K bio. There's a Facebook page of uncontrollable substance, and there is the link right there too. You guys can go straight to the store from the link. Yeah, man, just check me out. Also, all of our normal stuff. Long Lost Brothers on Facebook, Long Lost Brothers underscore podcast on Instagram, Code K on Instagram, The Jesse Show on Instagram. We got Brett Scott on Instagram.
We got too many fucking things on the list.
Come find us. Look for us on YouTube too while you're at it. So,
Yeah. I do want to say, the Marvel Plus podcast that I've been doing, it's been taking off, man. It's really growing. I'm having a lot of fucking really cool guests on. Jesse Cole has been a guest on the podcast. I bring in all types of people to talk about the Disney Plus Marvel series. So if anybody's interested in that, please hit that up. It's Marvel Plus. You just spell it out PLUS. Don't use the plus sign. But yeah, go check that out because it's like a little passion project of mine, and it's really starting to heat up, really starting to take off. So I'd like to see it continue to grow.
It's a good listen, man. It is.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, man.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Later.